Okay, so today I'm picking up the camper. It'll be the second time towing it. The first time was to bring it to the barn and crunch the bumper in the process. So trip 2 will be to take the Happy Cow back to Grand Rapids where I picked it up to get a new bumper. The barn sits across from the Pines Golf Course, which is where Happy Cow spends its winters. This will be the first time pulling the camper out of the barn, so I'll be there by myself. I'm going to have to be extra careful to make sure I don't clip the garage door with what's called tail swing, which is the back end of the camper that's beyond the wheels. When you turn right, it swings out left. And I can't go straight for very long because there's storage units across from ours. So I gotta test out and see what kind of leeway I have to make the right hand turn as I'm coming out. Okay, so now I gotta put the cover back on the propane. Idea I found online somewhere. The boys at Airstream in Grand Rapids hooked me up with some plexiglass. Love the idea. I think they'll be doing that. I don't know if they're going to do it on all their versions, all their Airstream containers, or if they're going to offer it for a fee, but mine was on the house. And what it does is it creates a space above the propane tanks for you to put water hoses or whatever you like. Okay, so time to check the air pressure and torque the lug nuts to 110. A lot of people run these at the full PSI of 80, which we did our first season in the 19-foot. It beat the shit out of the camper. Popped rivets out of the ceiling. I've since learned that if you use the chart for the specific tires, and then base it on how much weight your trailer weighs, what the weight of your trailer is, you can set it accordingly. A lot of people do 65, which is what I ran last season on the 19-foot, and what I'm starting out this year with this. It leaves quite a bit of leeway. If I was to ever blow a tire and have to limp in on one tire on one side, I would put the remaining tire up to the full 80 PSI so it wouldn't fail. The damage that I've seen done to Airstreams during a blowout, the sheet metal tearing up wiring and plumbing inside because they sit so low. Now this has a 3-inch lift, which made a big difference here. So if I ever do suffer a blowout, I'm hoping that minimizes the damage. Another thing that a lot of people seriously subscribe to is the life of your tires. With trailers, it has nothing to do with tread life. It's the age of the tire. About the most you should go is 5 years. Okay, let's hitch her up. Ball grease. Okay, so now we're going to pull this thing out and see if I can do it without clipping the door. Oh yeah, I should be pretty good, I think. Looky there. Look at that beautiful back bumper. Okay, trying to secure this was going to be a pain, and they did confirm I'll be getting a new hinge because these are riveted on, so there's no easy way to get it off without screwing it up. So I'm just going to pop that off so that I can take that lid right off. Oopsie! Easy peasy. Okay, so to prevent further run-ins with this big ass beam right here, and keep in mind I only have about 2 inches of clearance, and the hitch receiver that's mounted on the back of the camper will go back to about right there. So I've got now these curbs, and I'm going to get 4 10-foot 2x4s. I couldn't get an exact measurement because the bumper's crunched in, so I don't know where it's going to end up. But once I figure that out, there'll be the bumpers with backstops, and then my goal will be to get the tongue just inside the lip of the barn, and then I have this manual dolly to push it back the last few inches, so even when it hits the curves, it's not getting rain. This was way overkill for the 19-foot, but it's a little bit of a squeeze for the 28-foot. We got this rack last fall. Got a great place to get face cords of wood now, so it'll be nice and dry, and I can load up at the same time I pick up the camper. And that's about it. Upgrades to the camper so far: the 250-pound rated frame-mounted hitch receiver. As I've already mentioned, a 3-inch lift, which made a huge difference. The 2 black accoutrements on the roof are the fantastic fan covers, so now the fans can be run in the rain while you're going down the highway. That's a pretty popular upgrade that most people do. I had a second tube holder for the poop hose mounted, and so now the original is the backup, and this one we notched out so I can leave the elbow hook right on it, so I don't have to store the poop elbow either. So for most hookups, that's it right there. Pull that elbow and hose out, hook it up, dump, put it back, you're on your way. So we're about to embark to Grand Rapids. Hopefully it all goes smooth. Beautiful day, the sun's starting to come out. Could have rain and possibly snow by tonight. I think it's in the 60s right now. Signing off. Okay, at the rest area just outside of Grand Rapids, getting ready to get back on the highway for about 4 miles and then head into Woodland Airstream. It's nice that Woodland Airstream is just basically at the north edge of Grand Rapids, so when I take the trailer in and pick it up, I'm not going right through Grand Rapids. kayakers on the river. Coming up on the right is Woodland Airstream. Look at all them shiny campers.